me and ask me what is my favorite Disney film of all time, it would be The Princess and the Frog. Came out in 2009 and was a revival of the Disney Princess 2D animated musical that was originally established with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1938 and continued on up until, well, when they decided to stop caring about 2D animation. It's a revival of the Disney Princess formula, which is that, Disney Princess and everything. But this is a very different kind of Disney Princess movie, and that's why I tend to like this movie more than the original classic Disney Princesses, because the movie takes a more realistic approach with it. That it has elements of the whole Wish Upon a Star thing that was established in Pinocchio, with a more understandable twist. That where Pinocchio established the idea that, wishing upon a star, no matter how big it is, that it will come true. President Frog reminds you that yes, you can wish upon that same star, but you also have to implement the necessary steps to make your dreams come true. It's not just a simple idea of wishing upon a star. So the movie is about Tiana, who works at two restaurants, trying to open her own restaurant in memory of her father. Her father had the same dream as her, but he died before that dream ever came to fruition. But there's a new prince in town named Prince Naveen who has come into New Orleans. This is during the jazz age of New Orleans, so roughly late 20s, early 30s, something like that. And he gets involved with the Shadow Man named Dr. Facilier, and he gets turned into a frog. But then when he believes that Tiana is a princess at a costume party, when in actuality she's a waitress trying to open up a restaurant, she gets turned into a frog herself because he believed that she could break the spell. And the whole reason why Dr. Facilier is doing this is because he wants to take over all New Orleans, take everybody's soul, and then put him in some kind of mystical realm where he can take over New Orleans. So the rest of the movie is essentially them trying to have a relationship while simultaneously trying to undo the mess that he got them into in the first place.
Spider-Man versus Venom.
No, not
Okay.
even
See?
close.
Spider-Man and Venom right there, see?
Oh yeah, I didn't even Venom Spider-Man. Oh my god, I didn't even realize that. Anyway, this takes everything that take all the good elements from the Disney classics, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. Take all the best elements from those films, including Lion King and Aladdin. Take the best elements of each of those films, the songs, the characters, the princess, well, Lion King, not the princess, but you get my point.
Yeah.
Take the memorable sidekicks of Lion King and then combine all of them together in a nice package. And you get a movie that honors Disney's history while simultaneously making a very meaningful film. I've seen this movie now 21 times, and I can safely say that if you want to put on a movie that'll put me in a good mood, this is one of them. And I finally got
Remember
him
when I said
interested.
that Thor was also good too as well? It's like kind of concept of comedy, a little bit of it,
Yeah,
but it's like people say that what would you say what Thor was the comedy? People say
rom com.
yeah. I mean, I did hear that the guy who played as Thor,
Chris
Chris
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth, he said like, is there going to be any more rom coms? They said like, there might be, who knows? And he also said, do you still like the role of being Thor? Whatever comes and goes. If if they want me to come there, I'll still do it. He still likes doing Thor, like I said before. And let's go back to the movie for this.
To me, I consider Tiana Disney's best princess for a number
Yeah,
of reasons. One
I
is
kind of
that
enjoyed this movie. I
one is
really
that
liked it.
Tiana is a more realistic princess where she believes in hard determination and good values rather than just waiting for some man to come along and save
I
her.
actually really enjoyed this
Second,
film a lot though. It was well done. It had good musical stuff. That's funny. There's a good funny and good moments, good sad moments. There's a lot of cute stuff in there too. A lot of beautiful cinematography, good actors, and I felt like a first black woman as to be a princess. Interesting. Like wow, and really really good. I'm really happy they did all that good stuff to make a good interesting film, and I did appreciate that.
the music was done by Randy Newman, who you may know him for composing the music for Toy Story.
I also did
And I,
find out that they're gonna remove Splash Mountain from
Disney World.
Disney World and replace it with the Princess and the Frog. What I was thinking instead of doing it that way is keep the Splash Mountain and actually put Princess and the Frog Mountain next to it. So you
Yeah.
got Splash Mountain, Princess and the Frog Mountain. So if people still like Splash Mountain, don't remove something kind of really cool and awesome and put it with Princess and the Frog. Princess and the Frog, I don't mind as a new water ride. It's fun. I never heard of it, but it's new. But I'm saying in general, if you want to have something kind of old and also brand new, keep the old one and keep the new one. Put the new one, and you have both interesting ones because you have the old one, iconic ride Splash Mountain, and you
Mhm.
have a Princess of Frog mountain where you call it the new name of the thing. You will have something kind of cool. So I recommend you guys to keep this one and also add the new one. So you'll have both really interesting rides. It's better in my own opinion.
Every single character is memorable in their own unique way.
Yep.
Tiana's the hard worker. Naveen is laid back,
I like the villain.
but Dr. Viseri, yes, I consider him. To be honest, I know this may sound
I always think it was Jafar.
sacrilege, but I consider Dr. Viseri better than Jafar because for
He looked
one,
like Jafar when I saw him.
because for one, Jafar doesn't really get any abilities until he takes possession of a magic lamp.
Mm.
Facilier already has his abilities. He's a voodoo man who is able to command shadows and do things. That
It's pretty cool
he's
how
able to-
all the visuals are really well done.
sometimes he can actually. Sometimes the shadows can actually take something that was in the physical realm and sort of make things happen. Like maybe people fall down, pick up objects, etc.
I was very impressed how it was done. Very, very impressed.
And so the whole kind of goal of the movie is that they have to become human before midnight of a Mardi Gras ball because one of Tiana's friends, Charlotte, is the daughter of Big Daddy, who is considered the richest man in New Orleans. So they have to try and figure out how to get to become human again. Now, what's interesting is that the movie takes a Beauty and the Beast approach in their relationship, where the relationship develops over time. It's not just a matter of love at first sight and all of a sudden do. No, it's a matter of trying to develop that relationship, and it's not a simple easy fix. They have to learn more about each other and try and work with one another instead of having to just, oh, there's a handsome young man riding on a horse and marriage bells and all that. It's not that simple. It's not,
Oh, sorry.
and also the sidekicks, I just, wow, the
Wow.
best sidekicks. Willis, who's a jazz playing alligator who wants to play jazz.
I like the
in
alligator and I
video.
almost like Ray.
Oh yes, Ray is a Cajun firefly who's in love with the North Star, and that's a whole. But the North Star plays a big part in this movie.
Ray was a
tenfold.
gentle
It's-
character. I liked him.
And Mama Odie, who's
I liked
a
her too. She
blind
was
lady
pretty
who does her
all
own magic
jazzy
spells.
like.
Oh man, the music is incredible. A combination of jazz, really nice villain song, gospel, and Cajun. So what you have here is a really nice mix, because keep in mind the music fits the New Orleans theme. So everything that you hear in the movie fits the musical style of New Orleans during the Jazz Age. And everything about this just oozes with talent and heart. And I did a video on this just for fun back in 2011, I think, when I was first starting out. And I do plan on making a remake of that video because it's not very good. But I've been a fan of this movie ever since it came out. And it's one of my feel good movies, like the kind of movies that I can just put on when I'm upset or something or just bored and I'm just entertained. It uplifts me in more ways than one. The characters, the meanings, the animation, the songs, it's one of my favorite films, like in the top 10. I know that sounds strange considering that the Disney classics like Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, and all the other ones, including the Renaissance era, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King. I know that everybody loves those, but for some reason, there's something about Prince and the Frog that just gets me in a really good mood. I don't know what it is, but I think it was just the right people came at the right time when Disney was at a point where they were reduced to making mediocre stuff like Meet the Robinsons and Bolt and Oh God, that god awful Chicken Little movie.
That's not
They
awful.
were
That's
desperate
alright.
for. They were
Chicken Little was not bad.
honestly.
It was okay.
You're saying that like you really don't mean.
I mean, it's okay. I didn't say I loved it. I mean, it was an okay film. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
I
like it as much, but it was fine, fine.
yeah, but
It was average.
I've got several merchandise from this movie. I own like 2 copies of this movie, and on top of that, I got a plushie, which you've seen in a lot of my videos. If you go to my channel, you see a lot of that background. Anyway, the point
I
is
can bring
that
him in if you want
the
me to.
point is that
You want to bring
I
him
nah.
in? Alright.
He's if you go to my channel, we'll see it anyway. So the point is that I've been a big fan of this movie for many, many years, and I've seen this 21 times now, and it never gets old. Like if anything, it's one of those movies that I could just put on and just feel good at the end of the day. It's a feel good movie to me. So I wish Disney would do more of these kind of movies where you have memorable characters and memorable sidekicks and not shove Olaf in our faces all the time. This movie just I'm hoping that they make a sequel. I really do. I do have some issues with it, a few. One is that the plot can be a little too much technical, but again, I love the plot, so it's not that much of an issue really. The second issue is that Lewis is kind of in the background. After Ray gets introduced, Lewis is kind of in the background. And the thing is that he had a wonderful introduction, a wonderful song that I never get tired of. But the problem is, um, after that, he's sort of reduced to a walk-on, and that's kind of an issue. I would have expected him to have one more song, because Ray actually has 2 songs in this movie. Lewis only gets one. And that's my problem, because it would have been great if he had more to do. You know, maybe some more dialogue, an additional song, just something where his
You already introduced the character, so it's like, you know what?
yeah,
You're just
his
do some whatever.
comedic talents and neurotic nature, but also big dreamer kind of mentality. Um, show more of that. And with this Tiana TV show that's supposed to happen on Disney Plus, I'm hoping that they do that. Um, it's just strange that this movie came out in 2009 and it feels like it's necessary. It's necessary because Disney right now is kind of in this lost state to me. And we need more movies like this because we care about well made films made at the right times. But right now, it seems like Disney, all they have going for it is just Disney Plus stuff. And even then, it's just not the same. I consider Princess and Frog to be the last real good Disney movie. The last real good one from their good era when they had the right people involved. And now, after that, I mean, yeah, we had Zootopia and Wreck-It Ralph, but it just isn't the same. So I'm hoping that Disney goes back to
Why
what they
still
did.
would you give this a 10 still?
I still give it a 10. Every time I see it, it seems like it's
First
always a
time
10.
watching this, I'm probably gonna give it a 10 out. So I mean,
Yeah, it's always a 10 for me. It will always be a 10.
I enjoyed it. So
It's a very meaningful film to me, and I'm glad that he likes it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, that was simple.
Yeah.
But of course, maybe down the road I'll make a more thorough video. But until these are just his initial reactions, so his initial reactions are very brief. Anyway.
I did enjoy it though a lot. I really
Yeah.
did enjoy it. Yeah, that's what I just said.
Anything?
No.
Do you want to add anything? Like,
Well, like I said, what you said, like I wish, like I said, what you talked about the crocodile guy. I wish I wish he had a little more music numbers as well, as you just said, because he was introduced once, all right, fine with music, you know, and
and then Ray gets introduced, and then after that,
he
Lewis
gets
is just
2
kind of a
songs,
walk on.
but he doesn't get his. Like I said, I wish he had a little bit more of a screen time as well.
But interesting how Tiana and Nervine have good chemistry with one another, despite the fact that like they never really met before. Once they get turned into frogs, then that's when their relationship begins to develop more and more.
Yeah.
It's not just. And by the way, this movie happens over a course of I think 2 days, so it's interesting how you can develop a relationship in 2 days. And
Really, it's not possible, but whatever. If a movie could do it,
but at least it's not love at first sight. You know, they have to develop a relationship. Beauty and the Beast took place over a course of like maybe a month.
No.
or something like that. But Prince and Frog is like 2 days, and that's a big deal because.
Yeah, I'm in love in 2 days. It's not possible, but whatever. If you
But
can make that in real
that's
life,
kind of a big
if you
deal.
can make that in real life, 11% in 2 days, that's a keeper.
Right, but that's a big deal because if she doesn't turn in the
No,
money
in
needed
general.
for a
In
restaurant,
general, if you can make a love in 2 days, last that long for 2 days, and be like, oh, drinkly for 2 days, good luck.
yeah, and then on top of it, like, she has to turn the money into a restaurant. She's been saving this money for ages, and if she doesn't turn in the money on a specific day, then she'll lose the place, and that's something we can't let happen. So it's a big deal. Everything's sort of on a time clock, if you will, and it's interesting, but I feel like this movie deserves to be seen more. I mean, yeah, it was a success and all, but it's not the success that Frozen was. Although Frozen, the only reason why that movie was a success was because of the soundtrack and also because everybody was singing "Let It Go" and also was buying merchandise like mad. But this movie, its success came from
Frozen 1 was way better
the
than
fans
Frozen 2.
and the people who love seeing
You
Disney.
know, Frozen 1 was a little better than Frozen 1, but like I said, I mean, they're both.
Frozen 2 was not very good.
No, like I
No,
said,
I didn't like Frozen
no,
2.
I'm saying Frozen 1 was way better than Frozen 2.
Yeah, I mean, I did not like Frozen 2. I don't remember.
Frozen 2 was okay, but I wish I had a little more oomph to it. Frozen 1 was.
It didn't take any risks.
I mean, Frozen 1 did a lot of fun stuff. That's the reason why I liked Frozen 1 a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
It had a good story, so.
True, it had a
Frozen 2 was okay and average.
Frozen 2.
Frozen 2 was a pretty decent story, but it had a lot of.
Zootopia was really good, though.
Yeah.
It had social commentary, anthropomorphic characters throughout the movie, and also it had
Remember
a
when
really
I said
good
that
plot.
Axe had anthropomorphic stuff?
Wreck-It Ralph was fine.
Remember Hammer and Axe from Thor?
Yeah.
Anthropomorphic.
Stop bringing up 4 in every video.
Because you don't get it until you do.
Ah. Well, Turning Red was mediocre.
Turning Red is not mediocre. It's not bad. Maybe you can understand it like I do. That's the reason why you hate it. Rewatch it again.
Luca was good.
Luca was not good. It was awesome. You hatred boy.
See what I mean? Like
Luca's
Disney movies nowadays are fine, but they're not up to the
Luca's
level.
awesome, bro. I can't believe you didn't like it as much.
No, I thought it was fine.
Fine is not good. Awesome is great.
Come on.
Luca's awesome. I love Luca.
Well, let's put it this way. I like Luca better than Turning Red. Let's put it that way.
No, Luca was awesome. I really liked Luca.
Yeah.
And Coco was really amazing.
I didn't see Raya.
You've seen Coco.
Coco.
Coco?
That's Pixar. And 2, yes, I love that one.
I like Luca and Coco. They're both really one of my favorites.
Yeah, but Coco is Pixar, you know.
So, I know, but still both good.
And by the way, people seem to think that Pixar and Disney are the same. They're not. Disney may have bought Pixar, the company, when Toy Story was being made, but that's a whole different story. But just because they're a joint partnership doesn't mean they're one and the same. You know what I mean? It's one of these things. But please show your love of this movie, because please just let Disney know, hey, we don't want to see what you're doing now. We want to see more of what you can do with 2D animation. I mean, yes, Mary Poppins Returns had a 2D animated sequence, but other than that, we haven't seen very much 2D animated stuff since this movie came out. And I wish Disney would go back to that instead of relying on CG films like Encanto and Luca and Turning Red and
Encanto was really good.
Encanto was fine. What is wrong with the word fine?
Yeah, it's fine. It's not an interesting word. You should not
I mean,
use.
they're decent films, but they're just not as good as what came before. You know what I mean? It's
The reason why it was good is because maybe you didn't understand it well enough to think.
Luca was pretty good because I think it relied heavily on allegories.
Okay.
The whole sea monster thing was an allegory for being different, and I liked that. I liked that idea. So
I understand you like old stuff, man.
yeah,
I get it, but we're in the new age. Should have liked the new stuff they make too as well, not just the oldies every single time. Try to introduce yourself into new things. Try to like that too and give them a chance. But sometimes some of the new stuff could be bad. Some of the new stuff could be good.
it depends on what it is.
You still gotta give it a chance, no matter what it is.
So give this movie a shot. I know some people may have their doubts about this one, but please, go see this movie. Show your support. Just show your support and let them know that yes, we want to see more movies like this. Memorable princesses, memorable songs, great animation, the 2D style, iconic ideas and principles, memorable sidekick characters that you'll want to actually spend time with instead of just marketing material. You know what I mean? It's these are the kind of movies that need to be seen more. Okay,
So I'm gonna give this a 10, guys.
10.
So thanks for watching as always. Stay tuned for more. I'll do more reviews next time.
See y'all later, folks.
Later.
And there you go.
So what is the other one we're gonna do?